Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Plays the Beorning. I am here in Hengstacer Farm in the horse fields, which is as far as I've made it in all the travel that I've done so far. I haven't been able to get to Trestle Bridge, but this is a good place to start as I head into the North Downs for the epic storyline. Welcome everyone, Happy New Year's 2015. And this is a pretty good way to start. We are starting a new year at a nice round number, level 30. We are starting book 3 because I'm in the forward to book 3 right now, so we're starting book 3 right here. So it's a nice, good round checkpoint for everything. Alright, let's see what's inside our Hobbit present. Marks! Yay! I know. Like I need marks. And, even better, universal power potions! Useless to a Beorning. Alright. Not the best Hobbit present that one could possibly get. So I suppose I could send the power potions to a character that can actually use power, but it is certainly not useful for this character. And naturally, I was opening it with this character in hopes that it would be useful to him. Alright, so let's get up here. We are going to head into Trestle Bridge. Now all the quests in Trestle Bridge are around level 25, so I'll probably just run through there and head for Estilden, which is where I need to go to talk to Halberad. Now I'm sure you don't want to see me ride all the way up to Estilden, and let's face it, there's not going to be all that much exciting during that particular trip. So therefore, now that I am in Trestle Bridge, I will just take a pause here, and we'll head up into Estilden,
How can I be of
where
service?
we'll... Why do I have a mark in Estilden, but not in Trestle Bridge? I don't know what circumstances created... Alright, look, I'll be back on this. I just want to at least turn in these
How can I be of service?
middle school quests here, but when we return, I will be in
How can I
Trestle
be of
Bridge,
service?
where we will start book 3, and I think Estelden is around level 30 also, and maybe even do some side quests there. And I'll see you then. I am here in Estelden, and I'm ready to speak with Halberad.
How can I be of service?
Word has spread about the help you have given to the Rangers in the South. Here in the Northern Lands, we need your help now more than ever. What else is new?
Might I take a moment of your time?
While the Isles of Estelden have been turned to the east, news from west and south tells me that the enemy is moving on many fronts. I fear that the strength of Estelden is nearly spent, and alone we cannot face this greater threat. A council of the free peoples of the North Downs must be called, yet, before I do so, I need more knowledge of this threat. I need to know if Fornost, once the capital of Arnor of old, has fallen under the sway of Angmar once more. If the enemy has taken and fortified the ruins of Fornost, we are in the gravest danger. Travel to Mikum, the ranger who camps at the fields of Fornost to the west, and ask for his aid. Alright. Oh, he also has a Fornost quest, which is, I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's definitely a fellowship quest. Stamped across the front of this book is the title of Arthedain and its Settlements. This book's cover is worn as if many hands have held it. It opens easily with dog-eared pages which reads, In those days, the northeastern Arthedain was dominated by 5 great settlements, known commonly as the 5 Towns. These were Helithrun, south of Fornost, Dunethem astride the ancient stream, Carnaglin in the northern hills, Ost Adulin in the lakelands, and Dullindir, now called Estelden. Amongst the rangers of the North Downs, we encourage our people to visit all 5 of these towns and discover the locations of the founding stones. It is important to remember who we are. So we might as well take that one. And Estuin is the one who gives that one.
Make your request with haste.
So you have found the old journal. It is not customary for those not of the Rangers to do so, but if you wish to know more about my kindred, you may want to undertake the journey yourself. This first of the settlements mentioned in this book is called Dullindir. Today we call it Estelden. Return to me after you have found the founding stone of Dullindir, and we will speak further. Alright. So we'll take care of that. Now let's see, this right here is, well, right now I am level 30. I'm doing a level 30 epic quest. So what I'll do is I will turn on XP. So I'm not going to finish this up. The old monument is well kept and is free of dirt and vines. Upon its face is an inscription. Here once stood the town of the founding stone of Dullindir in the kingdom of Arthedain, which has passed. In the place was established the refuge of Estelden by Arasil, son of Arahad, that these lands might never again stand unwashed. So in other words, they have changed the engraving, obviously, since the original founding. What I'm going to do is I'm going to advance this quest, since she's going to send me to the other stones, and it's going to take a while before I finish all of the stones, and it's labeled as a level 28 quest.
What do you want of me?
Ah, I see you have chosen to begin the journey. Very well then. The book speaks of 5 towns, which were Helithrun, south of Fornost, Durethan astride the ancient stream, Carthagin in the northern hills, and Ost Anduin in the lakelands of Dullindir. You see the finding stones for Dullindir. Now seek the other 4. Alright. And we'll decide whether or not we're actually going to bother looking for the others, but I might as well activate the quest just in case. Right now, I'm going to go straight on, do the quest for Fornost. Not For... Yeah, well, actually, it does sort of go near Fornost for that part of the epic, and actually you don't want to see me travel all the way there, so I'll be back in a moment. Alright, we are reaching the end of the road here where it intersects with the Greenway, where we will meet up with Mitchum soon from here. Is it Minchum? I guess Minchum is more likely it. I think Tolkien liked hard CHs, so I've never was completely sure on that particular point. Maybe he'll say his name at some point and we'll find out. Alright. We'll head into here. Into Minchum's camp.
It's a sorry day.
The enemy retaking Fornost of old? From what I have seen here, I believe it is most likely that they have. From this lonely camp, I have seen the specters of the Oathbreakers stir, and fell spirits from Angmar take shape upon the fields. I have also seen the orcs spilling out from the gates of Fornost, so yes, the enemy has indeed taken Fornost once more. What cannot be told is the strength of the enemy within the ruined city, and for that I shall need your help. Well, welcome to LOTRO, and welcome to the Rangers needing your help.
Will you stay a moment and learn of my troubles?
I cannot tell you the strength of the forces of Angmar within Fornost, for I did not see them approach. The orcs and wargs that guard the gates must have entered Fornost from the north. I fear the only way to know the true strength of the enemy within Fornost is to test the defenses erected at its gates by the orcs. I would do this myself, but my old injuries prevent me from doing so, of course. If you're willing, go to Norbury Gate, north of here, and slay what orcs and wargs you can find. After you have done so, bring me a report of what you find, so defeat orcs and wargs and...
Will you lend me your ear?
Well, I won't worry about the madman there. Instead, I shall head north and see what's up there, other than, of course, orcs and wargs. Now this Blood Eye's pack, defeat Blood Eye. Well, if I run into Blood Eye, what is Blood Eye that they have? I had completely forgotten about that quest. Certainly not something that existed before the revamp. I suppose if I go through my series with the Runekeeper, I'll see whether or not I fought against Blood Eye, since I believe I did the bulk of the North Downs with the Runekeeper. And that's one reason why I don't feel it's necessary to do all the quests in the area here, especially since I'm here at level 30, is this disjunction between the epic storyline and the side quests here. Now, it's not as bad as it used to be, because it used to be that you started the North Downs in the early 20s, and so I think at one point they had this particular epic quest at level 26, which is why you have all these level 26 mobs to kill for this section. And I forgot when they changed that. Probably when they revamped the epic storyline, because you had, actually more likely, yeah, revamping the epic storyline and revamping the Lone Lands is probably what was responsible for that. Since when the Lone Lands was revamped and pushed up to level 30, and then they redid the epic story to fit with that. The North Downs epic storyline had to be after, since book 2 had to be before book 3, I know. Shocking, isn't it? Alright, let's see what I have up here. I was looking for my rush skill. Of course, I don't have it yet. Since that is a... I can't remember when I get rush. It's a very useful skill to have. Unfortunately, I don't get it until at a later level. At least I've got Relentless Maul now. There we go. That used up just about everything I had there. What's in the supply crate? A sapphire. Ooh, I managed to get just that warg. That was nice. Pump that up a little bit. Let's get a little healing. And those cripples can be annoying that you get from the warg. More from the... Traditionally, of course, it's been a trouble because you had to worry about that speed debuff. But now it's that might debuff, which Can be a pain if you're a Beorning or a heavy class. Alright, and how are we doing on these? We have, that's it for the orcs, that is it for the wargs. That's everything I need to kill here. So we can actually go back to the ranger that's standing there. Yes, when you... That's how to get around not being able to remember whether it's Minchum, Minkum, Minkum. Let's see. Another random dead ranger that you're going to run into at some point? Okay, okay. Maybe that one's a bit cruel. So let's get back down here. Get the door. Okay. Not a bad view for a rather desolate land. And you can imagine them trying to fix this. Imagine after the entire story is over and they're trying to refound the Northern Kingdom and all that's going on. What do they do? It's trying to... Do they try to rebuild Fornost, which is what they imply in the books, or do they actually try to do something else? Oh. Interesting thoughts.
I'm sorry. Did you need something?
You are truly a stout heart to face such beasts. You have my gratitude, Pineclaw. I only wish I could have done it myself instead of sending you in my stead, but time and injury prevent me from wielding a sword, let alone drawing a bow. From what you tell me, Angmar did not merely send a token force to Fornost. Nay, it appears they sent an army. Fornost has fallen once more to Angmar.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
And, oh yes. And quick now, you must return to Halbrad in Istalden and tell him what you have learned here. Angmar has taken Fornost once more. From such a fortified spot, Angmar could dominate all of the north. But there are even worse things to worry about. Tales tell of a great evil which inhabits the collapsed ruined halls of Fornost. This evil could be called to serve Angmar. Go to Estalden and tell Halbrad all that you have learned here. Alright. Now this still, of course, harkens back to the days when the epic storyline, one of its main purposes, was to lead to the instances. I know instance clusters are no longer the focus of the game, but early in days it definitely was. When you look at book 1, what does book 1 do? It ends with a foray into the Great Barrow, and that is the first of the major instances. The second book, that ends going into the Red Swamp, which leads into GA, which is the second of the major instances. And then finally, we have here with Fornost, where you're taken into the third of these. Well, I'm going to leave you here, and then we'll pick up again in Fornost in the next episode of Pineleaf Plays the Beorning.